From Soweto in Johannesburg. His music had received airplay from quite a number of platforms in the country where listeners have been serenaded by his sensual and soothing sounds. C-zwe, affectionately known as C-zwe, recently released his single Tonight, which is a follow-up of his other releases called Reach, Amajens and Ilobolo. Now, the record is currently available on all digital stores, and he now joins us on the line to tell us more about himself and his music. C-zwe, very good morning and a warm welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Cynthia. Thank you for having me, man.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, C-zwe, you recently released your song Tonight. Take us through what the single is all about and how has it been received?
So technically, the release is available on digital stores, first of all, so people can go out there and buy it. The song was produced by Taboranga Katripuchi, all the way from Africa. It was engineered by Leroy Shongwane and Blue Dollar from Joburg, and obviously I wrote the record. It's an R&B record, it's a love song. It talks about just having great moments with your partner. All the little things that we take for granted. I wrote about all those things, so that's what the song is all about.
Now, for those that don't know you that well, C-zwe, how would you describe your sound?
It's very simple, actually. It's a mixture of R&B and hip hop. There isn't much to that. It's just beautiful melodies and harmonies that are always a feature on all my songs.
Well, as was just mentioned, you do R&B and hip-hop, and as you know, at the present moment, the music genre that is somewhat taking over is house music and amapiano. Why have you decided to stay true to your R&B roots?
Look, first of all, in this country, R&B is not a saturated genre of music, which automatically means that there is a market for it. People are still hungry for R&B music in our country. So why not? You know what I mean? Why not give people what they are looking for? It's just up to our radio stations and broadcasters to actually keep guys like myself out there, because there's a lot of talent in South Africa in terms of this specific genre of music. So yeah, it's not saturated, so I do it because of that, and I love it.
So when you write your music, C-zwe, is it perhaps inspired by your emotions at that particular moment, or is it inspired by a certain events? Just take us through where you draw your inspiration when you write your music.
I usually draw my inspiration from life, because my music is lifestyle based, and as I mentioned earlier on that it's R&B, so it's mostly orientated around love. Love is God. So you can do so much, you can write so much about love. I never run out of ideas or just stuff to talk about. Love is everywhere. I'm experiencing love in all aspects of my life. So that's where I draw my inspiration from. And obviously just looking at other people's lives, and telling a story through that is what I do. That's how I get my inspiration.
C-zwe, I can actually relate to that because, when you are in love, all the creative juices starts flowing seamlessly. And we are facing the COVID-19 pandemic, C-zwe. How has this affected you as a musician and as a performer?
Oh, it has affected me greatly. It has affected me greatly because most of the shows that I was booked for have been cancelled. As we know in South Africa, this is not like Hollywood or the American industry where artists can make money from all kinds of streams, so we are mostly dependent on one royalties or live gigs. So when that goes off, now we are left stranded really as artists, so we can only do so much. We need to now dig into our savings, which are not a lot, because we don't get a lot of money as South African acts, especially as emerging artists. So yeah, it does affect us greatly, I must say.
Well, I know it's not really a popular medium, but so many artists in South Africa have since taken the internet route, some producing and performing their music online. So is that not what is probably on your mind?
Yeah, well, I do that, but we need to keep in mind that the data in South Africa, data is very expensive in South Africa. So our people are not as much exposed to the internet as much, internet is still a growing factor in South Africa. So it's not everybody that has Spotify, Deezer, it's not everybody that has access to that. So when I sell my music online, it is to a particular, somebody, so I'm not making as much as I would at an event, or if I were to sell like hard copies myself.
Yeah, indeed, you're quite right there, that some people are still staunch and traditional music lovers, preferring the CDs. And just after post-COVID-19, post-coronavirus, the most prudent and most important thing is for artists to stand up, to rise again and shake themselves up. So what is the plan B after this crisis has passed?
Plan B basically is to get on the road as much as we can. We have no other choice to actually host our own events as well. That's the risk you have to take sometimes, but it's not easy right now, but we are planning on getting on the road, doing more radio tours, promoting the single even more so that we can gain more traction, building into this winter and going forward.
Okay, just before I let you go, how do we access your music, C-zwe?
Like I said, it is available on all digital stores, Deezer, Spotify, iTunes, so people can get it there. Alternatively, they can follow us on our social media. It's CK Entertainment SA on all digital platforms, so they can stay in touch with us, and we can give them more information on where to get our work, basically.
Great stuff. Thanks for your time, man, and all the best.
Thank you so much, CQ, and I just want to add that you guys are doing a fantastic job, and let's keep spreading the word of this COVID-19, because it is real, and people should just listen to the president, and let's stay home and try and curb this pandemic, yeah?
Great stuff, and it's very important that we all join hands in fighting this virus. Thank you so much, C-zwe. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was R&B singer and songwriter C-zwe talking to us about his latest single titled Tonight. And the song is available, as he mentioned, on all digital platforms. So be on the lookout for that. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Young now, sexy all over. We young now, sexy all over. We young now, young now.